Okay, so let's talk about one big story around the ongoing digital or technology face-off between Huawei and United States. The Bloomberg had an exclusive interview with the founder and CEO of Huawei over the weekend, and he says that the company is ready for the big fight, even though it could be buffeted by it, but it's ready to go the long haul and will remain even when President Trump leaves office. That was on Bloomberg early this morning. But let's ask James Agada, who is a former CEO of Computer Warehouse Group and who is also a software expert and a very big name in Nigeria's technology industry, to bring us up to speed on this. Thank you so much. It's good to have you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys watching the big fight here in the world of digital technology. Well, what are your takes on this? What exactly is going on?
Assuming anybody knows what exactly is going
on.
But I think the Americans have an issue with China.
Broadly speaking,
probably geopolitical, which has now trickled into trade. And from trade, it's trickling into the entire globalized supply chain of technology. And this is where Huawei gets caught up in all of them, in the sense that Huawei is Chinese. So, of course, the US government has been insinuating that Huawei is owned or directed by the Chinese government. Huawei is a big technology company that supplies a lot of the technology that is being used in China, that is being used by the rest of the world. And it's created a significant challenge for other American tech companies. And therefore, it's become part of what America says when you come to trade, that China is not dealing fairly with the US. But when you come further down to it, it's more like in some areas, Huawei has acquired intellectual properties, especially in 5G, which puts it 2 or 3 years ahead of any other person. And
including the United States?
Including the United States. And if you understand how these things play out, if you own the core IPs in a particular industry, you are the ultimate gatekeeper. Everybody has to go through you. And it is possible that, of course, these other companies are pushing the United States to...
Apple, the rest of them?
Yeah, well, you can never know who is behind what.
Who's pushing the button.
But then, so now the issue is, are we going to allow a Chinese company to own the core technology? What does that mean to us? And because the place where Huawei is specializing in is in the communications, is where the information is flowing. And we know...
the pipeline.
In the pipeline.
And whoever controls information...
Yes.
Or have access.
Or have access. So the fear, which is what the United States has also indicated, is that if Huawei is controlling this backbone, this flow of information, then how are we sure that it's not taking some of it and heading and just sending
it to Beijing?
Passing it to Beijing. So essentially, that is the
big. What you folks in telecom companies seem to be fighting more these days. If you look at the old industrial, it's the big industries that used to fight, isn't it? Yeah, those who are producing food, beverages. It used to be that war. Then, since the turn of the century, it looks like it's telecommunications, technology warfare, Apple, Samsung. So it looks like the world of corporate warfare is now in telecommunications and technology, in digital business, and what have you. What exactly is the issue here? Why are you folks always fighting? Or angling for market share, looking to upstage each other?
Well,
is information the new gold, really?
Okay, let's just separate it into parts. There's the fight for market. That's a normal thing. But what has changed is that the core thing that you used to fight in this fight has also changed. There's a significant amount of intellectual property that goes into creating all the technology things that you have. So, and like I said earlier on, if you own that core, you own the market, everybody will pay you a royalty, right? And so those who started out earlier on, they had amassed a large number of those IP. some of them have stopped producing anything. They just sit down and ask you to pay them.
And money is flowing back.
And money is flowing back. So you find that while you have Android on Google, and Google is probably not making as much money as Microsoft is making from Android because you have to pay Microsoft. So now also is the fact that information and data, as you said, has become, I won't call it the new oil because it sort of makes it trivial.
But a bit more, it's a political tool.
It's a political tool.
You've seen all that with the US elections and the analytical whatever in the UK.
It's a political tool, it's an economic tool, and everybody has...
So weapons of warfare, so technically speaking.
Technically speaking,
yes,
it's the weapons of warfare. In fact, if you look at the way the current weapons of actual war operate, you find that the man who has that access, he can shut down your plane while it's flying without coming anywhere near, without firing any weapon.
With thousands of miles away.
With thousands of miles away. He can do like shut down your power system. In your country, I mean, Venezuela's power went off. Nobody still knows why did it go off. It's not like the power stations stopped working.
Broke down.
Yeah, but it's been shown Ukraine against Russia, and at some point the Ukrainians claimed that the Russians had shut down their power.
So technology is the in thing. Where is Nigeria? What's the lessons in all of this for us?
I think we have really bitter lessons to learn. First is that we are collateral damage when other people are fighting. So if US is fighting Huawei, and if you look at how Huawei is in Nigeria, in terms of the services they're managing, in terms of being the backbone of your telecommunication infrastructure, if anything happens to Huawei, we will definitely get affected. Not because we have any fight with Huawei, not because we have fight with China, not because we have fight with, simply because the core of our communication infrastructure and a lot of other services are running on Huawei equipment. Now, so, and this is not only about Huawei, it could be about a lot of other organizations that if the US decided that, okay, US company A or B, stop doing business with Nigeria, that could be significant disruption for us. So we have that problem that we actually don't have our fate in our hands.
So who should be thinking and doing something about what you've just described right now?
The government of Nigeria has to have taken note, has to have started asking questions. I know that the Institute of Software Professionals, ISPON, has taken this thing very seriously because they've been shouting about it for a long time.
That's where you belong as well.
That's where I belong as well. And of recent, there's been a think tank that NOTAP and NIDA had actually asked to come up with some ideas. And this is one of the things we pointed out, that it's not only a question of protecting Nigerian economy or saving money from going overseas. No, that it is much more fundamental than that.
It's a lot more than that. Okay, we would like to touch base with you and see what you folks are doing moving forward. This is quite very interesting. I think in the middle of every other thing we're looking at, we seem to forget that we're all sitting on Huawei, on our phone, on the system. We're running so much.
Huawei
and other providers. Very, very big names.
Yes.
And whatever happens out there will have implications for us.
Yes, serious implications.
Thank you very much. James Sagada, thank you so much. A software expert and a former CEO of Computer Warehouse Group.